We watch movies and we talk movies and we load movies into a really big gun and shoot it onto the internet. And then I don't have any more yet. And you would hope
It's so good.
you would hope the theme song would have the name of the show in it, and I haven't been able to quite work that in yet. So that's just the start. That's the first
It's so
3/5
good. Guys, we don't have a theme song. We don't have. My microphone doesn't work. So I'm using the microphone on the webcam that I have.
Yes. This is very similar to the movie Jurassic Park. When, if you'll recall, in the first Jurassic Park, the theme park wasn't open yet. They were inviting people to the island to sort of do a test run to see if everything was in working order. And very much of the park was not, it turns out, running properly. And that's what this is tonight.
We're not the fun, exciting, like T-Rex part. We're like the restaurant. Like, oh, the good dishes are going to come eventually.
If you recall, it ended really well for everyone employed at Jurassic Park.
It went great. It went awesome. This is not the first episode of our new show, Big Movie Canon. It's not. This is not even the 0th episode. This is episode -1. This is
the Alan Grant, me and Malcolm, Ellie Sattler are coming in, and this is kind of what we're going for, guys. What do you think? That's what this is.
Right.
And Brian's microphone, who I am now going to rename Dennis Nedry, has really just fucked things up for us tonight.
Really, really bad. Really, I had a lot of things I wanted to prep, and I had to spend all this time on finding a cable that would work in my microphone, and I didn't get there. So hopefully it's reasonably listenable. I'm loud.
The good news is no one is watching. This is just going to be like a curio in the future once our show is really humming.
Once we dominate the genre of white guys talking about movies on the internet.
It's a niche, and
finally we have our time.
I see an opening.
You know what's an underserved fucking market? Us, big guy.
You know what's just a intro for anyone who is not familiar with our previous work. Brian and I have hosted a critically acclaimed podcast recapping the television show Smallville for basically the last 4 years. And
long time.
About 2 years in, Brian and I started to get antsy, and we started to talk about, we would love to do a podcast where we talk about something besides Superman. And we're like, yeah, let's do a movie podcast. And somehow, here we are, our almost first episode is us once again talking about fucking Superman.
It's all right. We're beginning we're hopping on the treadmill, getting ready.
That's why this is not really the first episode, because our show cannot open with us talking about fucking Superman.
This also isn't what we do. We're not going to talk about new release movies. This is a going live test. This is a stress test for
yes. Yep. The dinosaurs are testing the fences right now. I'm really hoping that the electricity stays on.
That's already gone. It's broken containment. We're already in disaster mode.
Wait, are the raptor fences out? Because that's when we really have trouble.
I don't know. I don't know what my microphone not working is.
Even Nedry knew better than to mess with the raptor fences, as our friend Muldoon once said. Yes.
Zach, we watched Superman.
Superman, the movie from 1978?
No, not that one. A different one. A new one. A new movie also called Superman. Though, and we've talked about this in the past, you can't call it Superman again. Though, Superman 1978 is Superman the movie. This is
Right.
just Superman. So it's fine.
Yes.
It's fine. It passes the test.
But Superman 2 is a sequel to Superman the movie, not to this movie, which may confuse scholars 2,000 years from now. But hopefully they'll figure it out.
So we have a couple of things to talk about today. We're going to talk about the movie. We're going to talk about things related to the movie. Just to kick it off, broadest thoughts. You just saw it. I've been sitting with it since Thursday. You got out 2 hours ago, right?
Yes. Yeah. Thumbs up. I enjoyed it. Good time at the movies. For me, I enjoyed it in the way I enjoy a decent Marvel movie, which is fun, silly. I smiled a lot. I laughed a lot. The action was kind of boring to me, which we'll talk about. So like good character stuff, action, visuals didn't really do it for me, but I mostly had a good time, and I have no desire to see it again. And that is fine when I'm watching a Marvel movie because I have no real connection to those characters outside of those movies. Like I was never a big Iron Man guy, so my expectations for an Iron Man movie are lower than for a Superman movie. So I may be harder on a Superman movie than I am on your average Marvel movie, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It's not maybe not fair to put on it. Like why?
Right.
But
this character has no baggage whatsoever, and no one has any opinions about him. That's the good thing.
It's also maybe I was thinking a lot about Superman 78 is one of those movies you should probably see before you die, right? Like it is an important movie out there, not just in like comic book stuff, but in like 70s adventure movies, stuff, post Star Wars stuff. And this is not that, I think.
No. And it's very, you want to go into a movie trying to enjoy it on the terms intended. So like, you don't want to bring all the baggage in, but it's really hard with these characters like Batman or Superman or James Bond, or, you know, that you've had 40, 50 plus years of material that people have embraced or not, and they have their own ideas, and, you know, and it's hard not to bring that into the movie.
Right. Absolutely. Right before the movie started, I said to myself, I'm just going to watch and enjoy Superman 7. I'm not going to put on a lot of talk of like a new start to a cinematic universe. And like, I don't fucking care.
Right.
And like, I'm going to take what I know about Superman. I'm going to let the movie tell me what's different from what I think I know, and just enjoy where we are. And that ultimately ended up being an enjoyable lens for me. Almost a James Bond of like, where are we? Okay.
Right. And so where did you end up on it in terms of
kind of the same as you. I walked out. I liked it. I had fun. I have a lot of problems with it. But like I said, I saw it on Thursday. I've been sitting with it, and I only remember it fondly. I actually, the other day, was kind of like, maybe I'd like to see it again.
Now, you said you have a lot of problems with it. Are these normal human being problems or geek problems? And then I would divide the geek problems into movie geek problems or comic book geek problems.
Almost exclusively movie geek problems.
Okay.
With some comic book geek, like, interesting. I'm sitting with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had a handful of different.
Change is scary.
No.
Change is scary. See,
but yeah.
My experience with Superman is mostly through non-comic book media, so TV and movies. I've read a few of the comic books, but I'm not a huge comic book guy, so mostly it comes from the past of TV and film. And for me, I thought I had almost no comic book geek complaints, meaning no like the lore complaints. I thought
right.
I really like what they did with the character. My complaints are more with, we spend a lot of time people punching each other, and I was mostly bored by that. I'm like, get back to the Lois and Clark parts.
The dog in me who likes Superman, the same dog that watches like a Ninja Turtles movie and is just sort of stoked he's watching a Ninja Turtles movie, had a great time.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it on our previous show where we talk about Smallville, I've often talked about how Lois and Clark in any incarnation of Superman is the thing I care about, the sort of romance between them. You need a good Lois and you need a good Clark, and you need them to have chemistry. And this is not a fault of the performers who were left hung out to fucking dry. We have not had this in the movies for a long time. The movies, it hasn't been since Margot Kidder and Christopher Reeve that we've had it. And
how dare you restore the Snyderverse, Zach?
I like Man of Steel. I like Man of Steel. I thumbs up to Man of Steel, but those two had no chemistry. And even more than Henry Cavill, Amy Adams was left hung out to dry.
No, I think in Justice League, like the full 4 hours of Justice League, all that woman has to do is be sad.
Right. This is like the most spunky go-getter character in all of comics, and in those movies it's just like the most bland nothing character.
It's sort of out of it's like realism in all she
there are spunky go-getter women in real life
now. What? Zach, that's comic books.
Literally 100% of the women I work with are more exciting and interesting than her character in those movies.
It's rough. It's rough.
Anyway, I'm not here to take those movies down or any of those performances down. Just to say that I loved Lois in this movie and I loved Clark, and they had chemistry, which was awesome.
Yes.
And I thought they really nailed that part of it. I just wish that was a bigger part of the movie. I wish, and I say this as someone who action thriller is probably my favorite genre of movies. So I'm not someone who's like, oh, I don't really like action. No, I love action. I just didn't care about any of the action.
You got to do it
in
good.
This movie. Yeah. And it's not specific to this movie. It's most of these kinds of movies, Marvel movies, and most of these movies, I just tune it out when we get into the bang, bang, punch, punch. So I don't know what it is.
Time killer rather than a exciting sequence.
I'm like, let's get back to the exciting stuff. The part where the guy and the girl are talking. It's not something I said in Christopher Nolan's Batman movies. It's not something I said in The Batman, and it's not something I said in even Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movies, which I cared about the guy and the girl talking scenes, but I
now we're talking
about.
There's a perfect movie in that trilogy.
I equally cared about the punch, punch, bang, bang stuff as I did the two characters talking, which is what you want in these movies. And so that's my one major quibble with this movie is that. And I don't know why that is. I don't know why I don't care about the action stuff in these movies.
Yeah, I'd love to tackle that a little later, because I also am having that thought of like I definitely thought it was bad in this movie, which is a shame. Of the stuff I loved enough to not hate the things I didn't like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think
I hated anything in this movie. I think
agreed.
It was good enough for me to wish it was better.
That's where, and sometimes that's a worse spot I feel like to be in, of like, I could see the good movie on the horizon, and that's frustrating.
I see what you're saying, but as someone who just saw Jurassic World Rebirth, I can tell you I would rather have the bright spots in there than just no bright spots whatsoever.
Ain't it the truth? I feel you. I also the idea of, and I do want to talk about some of the reaction to this movie and the anti-reaction to this movie, but there's no getting around. I'd rather watch this again than Justice League or Batman v Superman. Man of Steel might creep in there. Man of Steel there's a discussion to be had.
I would give this the same rating as Man of Steel.
Agreed.
They have
for
almost
different reasons.
Right. They have almost exact opposite strengths and weaknesses.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, oh God, of course I would rather watch this than the other two movies because it's half as long. So
I did have a thought. 2 hours, 10 minutes. Wow. Completely reasonable fucking runtime, right? Completely reasonable. But if we could have got another couple Lois and Clark scenes, I'd hang in there another 15.
I mean, yes, definitely. I would have too. I would have preferred if we just add in 15 minutes of Lois and Clark and take out 10 minutes.
If we could just do whatever we want, sure.
Let us tell you, these two guys who've never made anything, let us tell you how to make your movie better. Why aren't you listening to us? Hollywood, we're here. We're telling you.
You work for us, the fans? I did see in some of the Zack Snyder fan reaction to this movie, some discussions around hashtag restore the Snyderverse. And I don't even want to make fun of these people too. I think there are fans of this movie. There are fans of the Zack Snyder series of films. And it's two online communities with their autism death rays just fucking targeting each other and causing a nuclear explosion. But I
mean, most people are reasonable and fall somewhere in the middle, or maybe they love one or the other movies, but they aren't dicks about it. It's just the loudest people get the most, are usually the angriest. So,
right. But so that said, I did see someone's talking about, restoring the Snyderverse. Guys, we can do it. We all banded. They told us the Snyder Cut wouldn't happen, but we made it happen with the power of the fandom. And to which someone responded, like, you understand Ben Affleck doesn't want to do this anymore, right? Like, that would kill him. He would commit suicide. But to which that person responded, I don't care. He works for the fans.
Oh, my God. Go just fuck yourself for all of eternity.
I mean, this is clearly just a dork or a child,
Right, yeah, exactly. That's true. Yeah, I probably shouldn't yell at 12-year-olds.
That's the other thing. That's the thing about the internet. We shouldn't all be on the same internet together, right? Like it's possible.
Yeah, there should be a 10 to 12 internet. Yeah.
So I'm scrolling through Reddit like this fucking idiot doesn't know goddamn anything about movies, and it's just a fucking 11-year-old,
or it's someone like us. Yeah,
even worse.
I watched a lot of movies.
I
went to film school.
Fuck us. Fuck us to the goddamn moon. I do think I saw in the financial district in New York, someone rented out like an LED truck, LED on all sides, and was running images of like restore the Snyderverse and running it. They were right in the financial heart of the country. We used our voice. Guys, people are dying right now.
I mean, what do they think is going to happen? These people are all aged too. I mean, you only get a decade of these franchises, really.
I don't know what restore the Snyderverse means. That's like at best a comic book, right? Or one of the animated movies that they seem to pump out once a month that are all unwatchable, dude. Have you seen these? Have you seen these fucking animated movies that they're usually it's a direct adaptation? You see them, they're all you type into Batman on HBO Max, you'll get a ton of them. They're all unwatchable.
I would push back a little. I think they vary in quality. And
I can only speak for I remember the first couple coming out that I remember like there were a couple I liked at the time. Everyone I've dived into have been like, I'd rather just not watch this actually.
I mean, I think maybe you and I are aging out of that.
100%. 100%.
And that is not a criticism of that stuff or of us. It's meant for it to be enjoyed by certain age groups, I think, for the most part.
I also found it funny, a criticism being leveled from Snyder fans at this movie, Superman 2025, is a frequent recurrence of it's kiddie stuff. Hey guys.
Hey. Don't tell them, Brian. Brian, don't tell them. They're not ready.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
I mean, they're probably super into Andor too.
It's Zack Snyder took a mature take on superheroes. A 14-year-old is still a child, guys.
No, that's the thing.
Zack Snyder's Justice League is R-rated. Okay.
They're not. The Snyder movies aren't mature. They're a 14-year-old's idea of mature, right?
Which is gorgeous. It'd be one thing if it was having fun in that space, right?
Right. Look, a movie doesn't have to be for everyone. If it's not for us, that's fine.
100%.
But fundamentally, the Superman movie should be for younger folks,
right? You know? He flies in his underpants, right?
Right. My mom, she has very little knowledge of pop culture. She sees very few movies.
Let me trade lives with her.
I told her I was going to see Superman today, and she goes, "Oh, they made another Superman?" And I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "I loved the old one. I loved that movie so much." This is someone who doesn't give a shit about comic books, doesn't give a shit about movies. She loved it, and that's who should love a Superman movie. Fucking everyone. Everyone should be able to enjoy a Superman movie.
Everyone.
Right? So when you say it's
shouldn't have Batman with a gun.
Brian, this can't turn into another one of us complaining about the Snyderverse.
What else was this gonna be, brother?
It was gonna be us complaining about James Gunn's Superman and also praising it.
We'll fucking get there. So let's find out how we got here, right? I prepared wrong. Hang on, add to stage.
Hold on to your butts. Hold on to your butts.
I prepared a PowerPoint. I didn't prepare what to say during the PowerPoint, but there are varying pictures through the Superman filmography. So first Superman movie, 1978. This is directed by Richard Donner. I just think it's one of the greats. Really. As far, it's kind of just got it in once. It's the title of it is Superman the movie, and what else would you call it, right?
It's basically, we talked about this when we covered it on our Smallville show. It's basically the Superman the biopic, right? It covers his life up to a certain point,
right?
And it's not, doesn't really have the structure of these kinds of movies have now. It's kind of like, you know, here's this little bit when he was a kid, here's this little bit in the middle, and here's this bit where he's saving the world.
It's a little like, hey, remember all of that stuff from those comic books you read when you were a kid? Here they are in a movie. with a stacked cast and one of the greatest scores in film history.
What's also interesting about that original Superman movie that I didn't really track until I watched it the last time for our show is that it's almost as a Rip Van Winkle thing with like taking Superman out of the 40s and 50s and bringing him to the 70s. Like it doesn't literally do that. He grows up in the 70s in the movie, or in the 60s and 70s in the movie. But the character is Gee Whiz from the 40s and 50s, and then he enters this 70s world that is not that way. And the world, it's kind of reacting to him.
The world has changed since Superman was invented.
Right. And that's interesting that I think people think of that movie as, oh, the gee golly Superman was the 70s Superman. It's like, yeah, but he was, even then they were pulling from the past.
Right. It has the phone booth joke, right? That it's the 70s. Yeah. He looks for a phone booth, and we don't do that anymore in the 70s. Imagine if that was your first like Superman experience. I'd be like, what? Why the fuck did they show a phone booth?
I don't understand. Yeah.
It's also one of the, I guess, earliest examples in one of these types of movies. If you remember the first time he appears in that Superman outfit, a guy yells at him like, yo, that outfit is whack.
Yeah.
So it's the first one.
I thought he said that's a bad outfit.
I think you're right. And then
no, that's a bad outfit.
I think it's a bad outfit, Jack.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
You're right.
And also of note in that first movie, the first big superhero movie, first time they've also were setting up a sequel, in the movie.
So yeah, and we've talked about this before. Yes, there is a full ass sequence that only exists to set up the sequel, which they were filming simultaneously.
Yeah.
And they ran out of money, and they were like, all right, we got to put the first one out. They strapped the ending to Superman 2 onto Superman 1, and they put it out in theaters. And eventually it made enough money to then go back and make Superman 2 with sans Richard Donner, which is a shame.
But they brought in a comedy director, so that was cool.
And Superman 2 is good. It's a lot of fun.
I like Superman 2 as much as Superman 1. I'm not saying it's a classic in the way that movie is, but I might enjoy it more. Like if I had to watch one right now, I might put in Superman 2. So I like Superman 2 a lot.
I can't divorce that I saw Superman 78 several times when I was a kid and saw Superman 2 for the first time when we covered it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
then, the Donner cut, which is not a real movie, is also something people discuss. But
that's got. I saw a movie ranking of the Superman movies, and they put the Donner cut pretty high. That's not a movie.
No, it uses screen tests has the same ending as Superman the movie.
It has the same ending as Superman the movie. That's not the cut Richard Donner would have done if he directed the movie.
We might as well rank the Tim Burton movie that we didn't get, and the Brett Ratner movie we didn't get, and the Mick G movie we didn't get, and the Wolfgang Peterson movie we didn't get, and the J.J. Abrams wrote the script. I know that was the Mick G one. So sorry,
Got it. That makes sense. Superman Flyby, that was called. Superman 3, it's bad. It's bad. It's not bad, but it's bad.
No, I think it's the least of the Reeves one, which is saying something.
Yes.
I think that's where we landed on it when we watched him.
I think we did. Yeah.
We enjoyed the fourth one more than the third one. The third one is long and slow.
I think I need to rewatch it again, even though I don't want to.
Which one? The third one or the fourth one?
Third one. But yeah, I thought the third one had things that I liked, but maybe
definitely
not. Which then, so Superman 1, Superman 2. Superman 3, long time. Superman 4 is like 10 years later. They're not pumping these out every year like they do nowadays.
Right.
Superman 4 is pretty rough.
Well, Superman 4 was the people who own the rights. It changed hands. It was made by Canon, which is like
right.
Low budget.
A bad house.
Schlock.
Makers of Santa Claus, the movie.
Yeah. And so that effectively killed the franchise for a while. And then in 1989, a little movie called Batman came out and did pretty well.
Pretty well, huh? That's... It won't be the first time, or it won't be the last time that Batman does pretty well. And we're like, well, what about Superman?
Right. And then I think right after that, through the 90s, they were trying to figure out a way to make a Superman movie. Right. Tim Burton, who made Batman, got really far along. There's a documentary about it called The Death of Superman Lives, which is fun. They were about to start shooting. Nicolas Cage was cast. They wrote it. They had sets built, and then they pulled the plug because was it Batman and Robin scared them?
That makes sense. I don't remember, but
probably Batman and Robin and Mars Attacks. Like
handful of we're done with these bad comic book movies.
Yeah, and so then they moved on to, I think Mick G was next, and then Brett Ratner was in there, and then they were going to do Batman versus Superman with Wolfgang Peterson was going to direct it, and then Batman Begins did really well, kind of revived Batman, and then there you go. There he is. There's our guy.
There he is. I put so much of my senior in high school identity into this being a good movie.
Was it? So when you saw it, you would refuse to believe it was bad because you were like so invested in it?
I will say genuinely enjoyed it at the time. I won't take that away from myself, of like saw it several times, really, really had a good time. That was not my experience rewatching it for our podcast.
It's a mixed bag. It's not, I don't think it's terrible or anything. I liked it okay at the time. I think one thing it does really well that this new Superman movie doesn't do is that it has moments of genuine awe and spectacle. And
that's what I want, man, right? I want some gravitas.
And to be fair, a lot of that comes from using the John Williams theme.
It's easier when you cheat.
Yeah. But that's one thing that movie did really well. One thing it didn't do well was the Lois and Clark stuff, and they tried to focus on that stuff, and I think the proportion was right of focusing on their relationship to action stuff. The problem is they cast children, but they were written as adults.
Right.
So you have like 22, 23-year-olds playing characters who seem like they're supposed to be in their mid-30s. And then also they didn't have any chemistry with each other. And so that's the big failing of that movie for me.
It is largely a weird, flat movie.
Yeah.
Does have some good stuff, but it never got a sequel. That was pretty dead in the water. I think there was hope that Brandon Routh is the new Superman. Batmans are coming out. There's going to be something's going to happen there. Thank God that didn't happen, right? We've talked about it before, but thank God.
The funny thing is Batman Begins came out, did okay. Didn't do great, but did okay, and then did really well on DVD, and enough for them to make another one. And then Superman Returns had basically the same thing, except minus the excitement on DVD, and also it costs probably twice as much to make. And so I think that's why it didn't get a sequel.
Yeah. But what's funny is because the Batman sequel was called The Dark Knight, I think there was a large assumption there would be a Superman Returns sequel, and it would be called Man of Steel.
No, well, that's what they were going to call it. That was the announced title when they were talking about making
it. Right. But it's funny that they would just keep the name still for the next thing. Throw everything else away, but we like the name.
It's a good title.
So, Man of Steel's what, 2014? And so
2013.
2013, right. Zack Snyder of 300, Dawn of the Dead, Sucker Punch, is brought in to kind of a new, fresh take on Superman in the post-Christopher Nolan era. Christopher Nolan, of course, is on this movie as a producer, and that's happening because he made a bunch of Batman movies that made infinity fucking money.
Well, he and David Goyer were working on one of the Batman movies, and they were like, what would we do with Superman? And they're like, oh, we came up with this great idea. I think we cracked it. How to do Superman, in more the Batman Begins vein. And I never have been able to figure out what their idea was, because it's basically just Superman.
You just did. Anything that was different in Man of Steel was just like, we're going to be on Krypton, so don't make it an ice planet. Just make it different.
Right, yeah. Instead of having jokes, we're going to have no jokes.
That's what Nolan does, which isn't true.
No. The thing about all the Batman movies he made is that they are funny and fun.
Right.
And they also are dark and up their own ass in a great way, but they're fun.
Right.
Man of Steel, I again, a movie I would give thumbs up to, not as fun.
No, it has long stretch, but there's a lot of stuff that works.
Yes, the music is amazing.
That's a Zim,
the Hans Zimmer score.
That's a Zim.
Does a lot of the heavy lifting.
I think, okay, this is a conversation I don't want to get too deep on. How would you compare the action in Man of Steel to the action in Superman 2025? Neither are good. Zack Snyder's action is not good. Stop saying it's good. You know what I mean? He's not good at it.
No.
Never has been.
I mean, my complaint about Man of Steel was always that the last 30 minutes, I was so bored of that fight, with him and Zod in the city. And I would have the same complaint about the new Superman, is that I was bored for all the fights at the end. I would say the Snyder action I was more involved with for the rest of the movie when there was stuff happening than I was in the Superman 2025 action, I guess. I guess the stakes felt more real in the Snyder movie than here. The stakes didn't feel high, even though the world, is always hanging in the balance.
Right. Right.
I don't know. For whatever reason, I just didn't feel anyone was in any danger.
I agree. It's Man of Steel also had a bit that I liked camera-wise of the city being devastated, boom, aliens, blah, 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 super, blah, through a building. Did have a documentary kind of handheld style that I thought was fun, where it was like following the subject, not framing itself with the subject, that I thought...
Zooming in on it and stuff.
Right. And that I thought was cool for the time. I don't know.
No, it's very cool. The problem is they did it 47 times in that sequence. It's guy gets thrown through building, cool the first time. Guy gets thrown through building, not as cool the 47th time.
Ain't it the truth? So Batman v Superman is next. And it's just this guy. Just this guy. I hate this
Brian,
movie.
I saw Batman versus Superman in theaters, and you were like, no desire to see this movie. And the only reason you did ever watch it is because of our show, right? Or because I told you to watch it? I talked you into it?
I didn't see it until it came out on HBO. So I watched it on HBO one day.
I think I was always a devil on your shoulder trying to get you to watch it so that we could complain about it together.
You say I'm a fucking masochist. You hit me with some of the worst some of the worst movies I have ever seen are because you are like, You gotta watch it though, so I can talk about it.
What are the other movies? What are the other ones?
Die Hard 5.
No, see, that's different.
No.
That's the opposite. You saw it and tried to be a hero and talk me out of watching it, and I said, "No, I want to see it anyway." And then went to see it. So you did try to do the right thing, and that's you get kudos for that. But
got it. I've been blaming you for that for years.
No, you were begging me. You were like, "Don't do it, man. Don't go." I'm like, "I got tickets for tonight. I'm gonna go. Of course, I'm gonna go. It's Die Hard 5." Turns out it wasn't Die Hard 5. It was something.
We will have something else. We will have to revisit that at some point, and it's going to be bad. Oh, also, I think Zack Snyder is probably a nice guy. I just really, really hate those movies. I really, really hate them. It's
I like
funny.
Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead's a lot of fun. That's it.
When's the last time you watched Sin City?
Sin City's not him. That's Rodriguez.
No, I know. I know. No,
not over a decade, probably longer.
Because I was just thinking of the 300, which is him, and then Frank Miller based on his stuff, and then Sin City is Frank Miller also. Kind of, he's in that Zack Snyder.
Yeah. Zach, did I lose you or did you lose me? All right, you're back.
Oh, I didn't go anywhere. You were here the whole time for me.
All right.
Man.
What were you saying? You were saying
shows, 2 no-shows and 1 sick Triceratops. Could have been worse, John.
Could have been worse, John. So you were saying before I lost you about Sin City, Robert Rodriguez being like Zack Snyder?
No, the Frank Miller stuff I think is in that.
Got it. Yeah.
Frank Miller fan, right? I think it's. I don't know. I kind of lump those movies together. I guess I'm trying to think of other Zack Snyder movies I like. Man of Steel and Dawn of the Dead might be the 2.
Are you not a big fan of Owls of Ga'Hoole?
Never saw it. Turned off Rebel Moon after a half hour.
I forgot about Rebel Moon. I'm taking back. He's probably a nice guy. He shouldn't have done that to us.
That's on us. That's on us. We knew going into it.
Yeah. I have seen both of those movies, and I can't tell you a single fucking thing that happens in them.
Oh, you watched the whole thing?
I did. I've seen them both. Zach, but I watched them both, but Zach, I went somewhere else for long portions. Justice League happened. Zack Snyder left the project for personal reasons, not creative reasons, personal reasons. Left the project. Joss Whedon was brought in. Famous, no problems there.
No one problematic has ever been involved in a Superman movie.
That's for sure. Jeffrey
we forgot to mention Superman
cameos
Returns.
in Superman Returns. That's not true, but he may as well. The Epstein files are a whole bunch of Superman Returns creatives. That's why they're like, we don't even have these. No one's gonna believe it's just the producers of Superman Returns. Would you like to? Is this bit making you uncomfortable? Would you like to bail?
No. No, I'm staying. Let's go.
All right, great. Great. I think I can move our cameras around a little bit. Is that a thing I can do? No, I can't. Never mind. I thought something fun was happening.
I hope you can't move my camera around. I'm not wearing pants. Just kidding. I'm wearing pants.
I'm not. So, I remember, I've talked about this a billion times, I feel like, but I remember Justice League being reasonably well received when it came out. I remember people being like, well, it's better than Batman v Superman.
Yes, that was the consensus. Yeah.
And now that's kind of like, no, it was really bad. And it was really bad the whole time. But most importantly, the pandemic hit. And so there were fan petitions, and I think there was just an element of, yeah, fuck it. Sure. The Snyder Cut did not exist. People think they got them to release something that existed. They did a lot of reshoots, a lot of new CG, a lot of new scenes. And they stick out like a sore thumb. And it is, Zach, 4 hours and 2 fucking minutes.
Right. Yeah. I like the idea that he filmed additional stuff to make it longer.
Everybody who fucking said that they liked the Snyder Cut, there was a lot of, I think it's pretty good. You were pandemic brained. We all needed something new and novel to hold our attention. If you had to fucking go to a movie theater and sit through 4 hours and 2 minutes of Zack Snyder's Justice League, you would burn yourself to the ground.
Here's the thing. The Snyder movie it's 4 hours long, and I don't think it's better than the Whedon version. It's just more of a piece with itself. Whereas the Whedon version is this weird Frankenstein thing that's
correct.
Not, it's not quite a Whedon movie. It's not quite a Snyder movie.
It's kind nothing.
Of weird. Yes, it's slight and it's nothing. Whereas the Snyder one, it is a Snyder movie through and through.
Yes, the theatrical cut. The best you can say about it is it was delivered on time.
And that it's an hour and a half long or whatever.
It is like 90
mercifully
minutes.
Short. Yeah.
Which, hey, we'll take. So
the theatrical cut of Justice League feels like when the Batman the Animated Series and Superman the Animated Series did that movie together.
Yes.
It's about that slight of a thing.
Yes.
It feels like a TV show made a movie is what the Justice League movie feels like.
That's pretty much, you nailed it. So while this is happening, what we've ignored is that on the Marvel side of the aisle, if Marvel and DC are the ultimate rivals in all of comic books, on the Marvel side of things, they're killing it on the expanded superhero universe thing. Marvel hit it first. Like, by the time Avengers came out when the DC wing of WB was like, all right, we gotta get there immediately. We don't have time for a whole row of solo movies. And
right.
We gotta strike then. People say like, oh, I've heard, Justice League wasn't good because they didn't all have solo movies first. Sweet baby. My sweet, sweet baby. So dumb. So stupid. So stupid. But notable, Guardians of the Galaxy's a fucking big hit. These nobody fucking characters from deep. These are D-list Marvel characters, I think, overall. James Gunn, who is primarily known for small horror movies, including a movie called Slither and a movie called Super. I liked James Gunn then a lot more than I do now. You know what I mean? He was an exciting small filmmaker for a while, rather than one of the bigger names maybe in the game. Fun fact, I learned after Super was a $3 million movie and it didn't recoup. So he was, okay, I'm done. He was shifting into maybe what his next career was. Maybe going to get out of film before Guardians of the Galaxy happened. And now we have this.
Yeah, good for him for sticking it out a little longer.
Yeah, right. Also, I don't know how well known this is, was married to Jenna Fisher, Pam Beasley of The Office.
I don't know if I knew that. Interesting.
My understanding, before The Office even started, they had been married, been divorced. Apparently still very good friends to this day. Rainn Wilson was in Super, as per their conversation of recommending him for it.
Oh, awesome.
And you know what? That rules. James Gunn, after... Did you remember? I completely forgot the James Gunn controversy. James Gunn
got fired from Guardians
he got
3?
I think it was 3.
Yeah, it was
3. Over an old tweet, right? Like a bad, dumb joke.
Yes, it was the height of we're overreacting to this shit. I mean, we still are, but it was that was the peak. That was like
we're learning what's important here, and it's not everything.
Right, exactly.
It's not every little dumb fucking idiot thing. At some point, we're all gonna get in trouble if we keep going down this road.
Right. And to their credit, they reversed course and said, you know what, it was a mistake to overreact.
Especially after I think the entire cast was gonna leave.
Yeah, good for them too. Good for them. They all signed a petition or a letter that said, "This is stupid. Don't fucking do this. That's lame."
Yeah.
And I wonder when he got fired from that was when he got hired for Suicide Squad.
Oh, I want to talk about that real fast, but yes, I mean, this is probably that whole incident that I forgot about. Probably is what led us here a little bit to certainly set us down the course to getting this movie.
Because that's what sent him to DC to do Suicide Squad.
Right. I liked Suicide Squad more than you, but like by a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I thought it was fine. Yeah.
I had fun with it, but also it kind of like Zach said, it was pandemic. It was still pandemic era, It was a new movie that was on HBO Max, and that was fine.
See, that's the thing. You watched it on HBO Max. I went to the theater for that fucker.
Maybe it would have been different, I did want to talk about Brightburn, which is not James Gunn directed, but he's a producer, and I believe his brothers, not Sean Gunn, I believe he has 2 other brothers, and they made a movie called Brightburn, which is...
I didn't know they made it.
Yes, he's a producer on it. But it is Superman. If spaceship lands in a Kansas cornfield, 2 people find this baby, raise him, and he's an alien, and he's gonna do a bad thing.
The horror movie, Superman the horror movie, right?
Yes. It was. I don't think it's a great movie, but if you come across it on Tubi, I recommend it in that context specifically. I quite liked it. I enjoyed it. So finally, that brings us to Superman 2025. We have a new Superman. We have a whole new kind of continuity we're going off of. We're setting up a new DC universe that we're going to interconnect. And unless you have any other thoughts, I would love to get into grading the movie.
Yes, let's pass judgment. Let's pass judgment on
Finally, it is time. So I've constructed a tier list here, and then it didn't really work the way I wanted it to, so I'm missing a lot of pieces here. So it goes.
Including the D.
Including the D. The D does seem to be gone, brother. You are not wrong, huh?
Well, we're just going to go hardcore. A, B, C, F. We're going to go real hardcore on this.
That's all you can do, right? So we are adhering to if something's a D, we have to pick. Is it a C or is it an F? So I would like to take elements of this movie, not all of which uploaded here on the bottom of my screen, but I would like to take individual piece by individual piece and give it a rating. S, of course, is sort of an A+, A, B, C, and F. David Cornsweat as Superman. What'd you think, Zach?
Very good. Very good. I mean,
I agree. I liked him. I didn't not like him.
I are we grading the performance or the writing of the character and the performance?
I have a designated section for screenplay.
Okay. Yeah, performance wise, I would give it a B A. I mean, I had no issues with his
I'd
performance.
give it an A. I had no issues. The way I wanted to like phrase it was I didn't fall in love with him. Christopher Reeve, you fall in love with, and that's an impossible standard.
It's a high bar.
Even Cavill, I think I kind of like am more charmed by.
Interesting.
Not his Superman. I don't know.
It's a very different take from Cavill.
Very, very much. I did like it though. I don't want to sound like I didn't like it. I fully agree in A.
Yeah.
So next, naturally, let's hop over to Lois Lane. Lois Lane, her performance, I'm willing to talk S.
No, she's AS territory. Again, they just didn't give her as much to do as I would want them to.
I know. I wanted a lot more. But as far as what we got, I think this is the best Lois Lane we've maybe ever seen. Period.
I mean, yes, I think if we're giving her better material in the sequel, then she's there.
Right.
But yes, I mean, I was very happy. As you know, Lois is my favorite character in the Superman lore, and so I was eaten well.
I like the way that they really lean on the fact that she's a journalist. She takes journalism and the little adventure that she has, her little C plot of the way too many plots in this movie. Her C plot, I like that, like, journalism kind of quantifiably helps her along.
Right.
I thought it was cool.
Yes. Yeah, I just wanted more. I wanted more, so that's a good problem.
I wanted more! So then I wanted to put them together, Clark and Lois together, kind of the romantic storyline in this movie.
I mean, same story. I love what they did. I wanted more.
I could have used 2 or 3 more. At least one more beat here. Just let me enjoy this, man. It's really good.
You got Michael Jordan, and you're putting him on the bench in the 4th quarter. Get him in the game.
For a dimensional rift thing? Get that out of here. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I'm going to put
3rd string rookie out there.
I'm going to put it in A just out of like, that could have been an S though. If you tried a little fucking harder, that could have been an S.
Exactly. Yep, agreed.
That A is a detriment. Like that's a punishment.
Here's an A. I'm a little disappointed, guys. A little disappointed in your A.
I am going to use that to then pivot into, I'm using one of Superman's little robots here to talk about the world of Superman in this movie. I'm using the robot to represent the fantastical elements that I gotta say I really enjoyed.
Now, can you clarify what you mean? Like, what did you enjoy? Tell me what you enjoyed.
I enjoyed the playful comic booky stuff. Superman's got the Fortress of Solitude. He's got robots in there. He has relationships with the robots. I liked that giant monsters attack Metropolis, and it's kind of just like, it happens.
Right, yeah.
I love the scene where Superman comes in to Lois Lane's apartment. She makes him hot cocoa. They're fighting an alien outside the window, and he's like, oh, no, they have that. I was looking for my dog.
Yes, that's fantastic. Agreed. Yeah.
I liked everything that made it comic booky. The world itself, I really, really enjoyed.
I think I would agree with that. Yep, I liked it a lot. So I would put that A.
Yeah. I found myself in a way that I was not expecting, enjoying this world enough to like, what are you going to do next here in this franchise?
I mean,
cinematic.
Spoilers. Are we doing spoilers here?
We're doing spoilers.
Song.
I don't know if this is a spoilerable movie, but
no, but there's a cameo at the end of the movie that's setting up another movie that before seeing this movie, I could have given a shit about. Like, I could not have cared less about a new Supergirl movie. But that character's 30-second appearance in this, I was like, oh, fuck, I want to see that movie right now.
I loved it. I
was like, give me Supergirl, the movie, right now. I would literally walk out of this theater into that theater if it was an option.
Yes, I thought it was so...
I went from zero interest in that movie to, oh, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Like, fucking hell, I'm so mad that worked on me. Like,
yeah, yeah, and it did though. Yeah, so give me Supergirl the movie.
Delighted. Like,
what a fun take too. What a fun take.
Smiling ear to ear in the Supergirl's in this for 30 seconds, and it fits into the plot. Actually, it's a really nice button on the story.
Yes, and I love, obviously I knew going in they're not doing the origin because that was all over the press. It's like, we're not doing the origin again, and that's that's been a thing in other comic book movies where they've like, people know we're not doing, the Batman did it, we're not doing that.
Right.
But I'd love that they abandoned almost any, like, we're building up to, we're going to introduce Supergirl, and then he's going to meet so-and-so. It's like, no, he already knows Supergirl. He has the dog. This is all old news for him.
Right.
And I love it.
3 years. 3 years we've been at this. It's great.
There have been metahumans. There's always monsters attacking. None of this is happening for the first time in this world, and I dug it, man.
It felt to me in a positive way, like picking up a random Superman comic book.
Yeah, totally. Yep.
And it's I think it's Tolkien. It might be C.S. Lewis, but I think it's Tolkien. Talked about world building, and the way to create a rich world in fiction is show a mountain. It's enough to know the mountain's there. That adds enough little mystery to like make the world feel more expansive, more real.
Right.
And I don't know, there were mountains all over this place that I'm like, well, what is Batman up to in this world?
Right, yeah. God. No, I had the same thought where, first of all, I don't want them to cross over with the Robert Pattinson movies. That would make me mad.
That is not the plan.
No. But going into this movie, I was like, I don't know. I don't want a DC universe because I don't want to see Batman and Superman. And after watching this, I was like, I want to see this Superman interact with Batman at some point. I want to see.
I kind of want to see it. Son of a bitch, you did it.
And that moment with Supergirl is like the opposite of the moment at the end of Batman Begins, which is a great moment, which I love. The Joker card.
Yes.
Like, just like, talk about having an erection in a movie theater. We were talking about that, right? It's the opposite of that, because that moment, it would be like if at the end of the movie Batman was like, saw the Joker and was like, you old dog, you and I have been, I know you already.
Is that not what happened in the Batman?
That's what happens in Supergirl. It's like he doesn't see a hint of Supergirl. What's this? Who's this? Is there another superhero? And he's like, fuck, my cousin's back. She's drunk.
That's did you watch House of the Dragon?
No, but I guess that's where she's from.
Yes, and she was very good. I'm excited. I can't believe it. I'm very excited. Way better than the Smallville.
Oh man.
So I was using the Hawk Girl over here as a representation of franchise building.
Okay. Well, and in terms of
I'm not giving it an A. I'm not giving it an A.
No. But going into this, I would have expected a C or a D, and I think we're in B territory.
I'm feeling good at a B.
Yeah, because that Supergirl thing put it over the top. I think maybe it would have been C, and then Supergirl is like, oh man,
son of a bitch, you did it.
I can't tell you how little I care about Supergirl going into this movie. And that's probably just, and look, that's probably more my failing because the only Supergirl I know is the Smallville version.
She's never made it that far out of the comics, to really say. Like, there's no big movie.
That show
is a smaller character in the animation. Oh, that's true. That's true. I
didn't watch it, so I
didn't watch it. Right. I didn't like Lex Luthor at all.
Yeah.
I didn't actively, like, during the movie, it didn't actively upset me. But by the time it was over, I'm like, that wasn't much of anything.
Right. That's the thing. I didn't like actively dislike it, but it wasn't much. It wasn't. What was the take?
Yeah, there was just nothing about it. Except I didn't. Both on Holt, I'm not blaming really. There was nothing on the page. I'm like, why do you hit Superman? I'm not really feeling that. I don't get what your plan is really. His whole everything, like his whole story, didn't work for me.
It wasn't super memorable, and where would you rank him amongst the Lex Luthors that we are familiar with? Because he's below Rosenbaum. I think Rosenbaum's number one for me.
Rosenbaum's number one.
Because he actually has depth to the character and stuff, pathos and interesting stuff going on. And then Gene Hackman probably would be next.
Who's, don't get me wrong, just being Gene Hackman.
Right. I haven't seen any of the other ones except for, I would put this above Kevin Spacey.
Yeah. I mean, Kevin Spacey, that movie's weird.
Well, he's a great actor, but that take was also kind of nothing.
Right. And Jesse Eisenberg didn't do, I don't know what the fuck that was.
Oh, I forgot about Jesse Eisenberg.
Did you forget about Jesse? The devils don't come from the hills below us. They come from the sky. Because I'm 14, and that was incredible.
I totally forgot about Jesse Eisenberg. Another great actor.
Great actor. Woof.
Where would you rank Eisenberg?
I really hate those movies. Not his fault. D, maybe C, if we're just going on by him working with what we've got,
Yeah.
The story that I heard was someone overheard someone coming up to Jesse Eisenberg and saying, "I love Batman v Superman." To which Jesse Eisenberg responded, "I've been in better stuff than that."
Yeah, I've made better movies.
He has. All right, what are we doing with Lex here?
I'll say C because it's not.
No, it's not an F. There was nothing. Like I said, it bothered me later more than during, but it's. I don't have a picture for it, but I would love to grade screenplay here, which I think is the weakest part of the movie. I think the weakest thing in the movie is what happens in the movie.
See, that's the thing. It's also the best parts are from the screenplay and the weakest parts, so it's a mixed bag.
I guess I more mean the plot was bad. I think. Does that make sense? You disagree? Like, I'm talking Lex Luthor's plan, how that mixes into, and then there's a clone Superman.
Totally. So I liked all the Lois and Clark stuff, which is from the screenplay, and I liked their take on the characters, which is from the screenplay. So in that respect, I liked those parts of the screenplay. The punch, bang, superhero plot of it all, kind of bland, kind of low stakes. It felt kind of who cares.
I also thought another thing I liked about the movie, just in the setting and the world building of it all, I like that there are just kind of alien people in Metropolis, and it's fine, like,
right, totally.
But
how did you feel about the topicality of it all, the sort of commentary on the internet and
You mean my woke Superman? My
culture.
woke Superman?
Brian, if you could just produce an American flag, you can say whatever you want. Because if you have an American flag, it means you love America more than everyone else.
I don't think I have an American flag in my house.
I do. But you could see the creases because it's been folded up in my closet for a while.
I honestly not. I wasn't thinking about it. I really didn't think about it. Maybe I'm nuts because everyone's talking about it. I didn't think about it at all.
It didn't fire me up or anything.
No. Positive or negative, I really didn't think about it.
I guess I don't know if I feel like Superman would be bothered by a lot of that stuff in the way he was, but I guess that's the take on the character.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's interesting.
But I loved the scene with Pa Kent. By the way, fucking love the Kents.
What a fun new take on that, right?
Oh, and it's so
we've never seen that before.
No, but it's fantastic. That's an A or S. It's a
yes.
So good.
Yes.
So, and I wanted more. Again, give me more of those two.
Right. Because we've started kind of in media res in Superman's career. We don't need a Jonathan Kent who is telling Clark, like, you're not here to throw footballs. You're here to be Jesus Christ, Savior. We don't need that. We need him to get back in touch with being simple and sweet. And Pa and Ma Kent are simple and sweet. And Clark is simple and sweet. And I love
the conversation with his dad where he's talking about the message from his real parents. And he's like, well, what you wanted the message to say says more about you than what the message actually said. And I actually got emotional in that scene. And so it's good.
Really good. Speaking of that, there's always stunt casting for Jor-El. It's Bradley Cooper.
And
I did not catch who Lara was.
Oh, let me look it up, because if I'm wrong, I'm going to sound like an idiot. Hold on.
Well, I'd hate for that to happen.
Hold on, let's see.
I'm holding, baby.
Oh, maybe it's not. Okay, maybe it's not.
Yeah, I didn't recognize her, but
I thought for a second it was Lady Gaga.
That's who I thought you thought. And I'm like, Zach, it's not.
They just picked someone who kind of looks like her.
She does kind of look like her. I see how you got there, but
they're buddies too. That's why I was like, oh,
right. So, first up, Bradley Cooper, just a full boo. There's been a handful of Bradley Cooper cameos that I have not appreciated over there.
I mean, he's in it for 30 seconds.
No, I get it. It's more of a philosophical, don't surprise me with Bradley Cooper. I never want to be surprised by Bradley Cooper.
See, you also didn't like...
Be in my sights at all fucking times.
You also didn't like Dungeons and Dragons, so this is just...
That's what I was going to say. That was another way, like, get the fuck out of here. But... there's a twist there. Another thing we didn't need. We didn't need another, my son, I'm sending you to Earth and to save you. And it could be a little weirder. And there's still room to backtrack that in a sequel if they're so inclined.
Right. They didn't say kill everyone. They said, these people are stupid, which they're not wrong, man. And guess what? Smallville kind of toyed with that already, too. So, with Jor-El being a prick, sending him there to rule.
Right. There was I was thinking about how if you are a Smallville fan, and if you take, I would say, the first 3 seasons of Smallville, you could squint and pretend that this is the Clark from Smallville, I think, in some ways. Like I said, you gotta squint. But there's little things I appreciated. It's normally LexCorp, Luther Corp is the only place that it's Smallville.
Yeah, they use that.
But they called it Luther Corp.
One thing I actually did like that I was skeptical about was the having Lois know who he is from the beginning of the movie, because that is traditionally one of my favorite parts, is the kind of the secret identity of it all. But I think what they realize is that you can't do that for very long without Clark being an asshole gaslighter creep. Like
it's also, I gotta say, obviously, when it's a new, fresh take, a new number one, you want to see the parts that you remember and you enjoy. Like, do that again. Right. But once again, as I'm coming into this, trying to think of it as Superman 7, we've seen it. We haven't done this.
Also, how did you feel about hypno glasses? Hypno glasses, Brian.
I liked it. I liked that it was just a little line, and in this setting, it made complete sense. I liked it.
I did too. I loved it, and they did. I love that they didn't show it. They didn't do the shot of a guy looking at him and seeing someone else. It's
little just, throwaway line. No, that's way better in your imagination, right? Don't explain to me how that works. But just that little line, great. Boom, you've patched up that one forever.
Yeah, awesome.
I don't know. I loved all the Clark and Lois stuff. Goddamn, I loved it.
Give me a movie that's all Clark and Lois and no action.
No action.
Or do the action better. Actually, it's a good segue because I think you want to talk about action.
I want to talk about the action. Sorry, I have no more pictures. I have Crypto down here. I don't know what he represents. I was going to figure it out when I got there. But
Crypto's an S, okay? I'll tell you right now, Crypto's an S.
I'm going to put him there for you. I'm going to put him there for you. I am an owner of a terrible dog, and I was worried that Crypto was going to make me feel bad that I hate my terrible dog. Didn't work. Still hate my terrible dog. Crypto, bad dog. Get him out of here. He's a liability. Get him out of here.
Oh man. Yep. I'm a sucker, and I got taken by Crypto.
James Gunn, also an animal guy.
Yeah. I work at an animal shelter. I'm an animal guy. I loved it. Give me more Crypto.
They're fine. Get him out of my house.
I don't care if he's CGI. Speaking of which, I have Super Cat, and before we recorded, put this little cape on him, which he promptly removed. So
that makes sense.
I could do it again, but we have to be real quick with the camera because he's going to take it off pretty quick.
Yeah. All right. Now I want to see it. Now you can't offer to put it.
Okay, so start talking, and I'll make this happen.
Okay. I also had some thoughts about the movie Superman 2025. So this is me talking about the movie Superman and all of the interesting thoughts that I had. Zach, I'm doing great over here. I did want to talk about the James Gunn of it all. Kind of tie it all together. Director James Gunn, what do you think about him? Or should I just keep vamping and tell you what I think about him?
You tell me what you think because, wait, Super Cat is here. What'd you do, Super Cat? She says, get out. So I put it on the other one last time, and he was actually a little bit better about it than she was. But I'm not going to abuse my animals for a bit.
It's ain't gonna be the last time we're going to see Super Cat.
No, it's not. We'll make it work. I've recently been on Instagram for the first time in my life, and I didn't realize that was 90% people abusing their animals for laughs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the internet. What have you been doing on the internet? Porn?
Look, my dog is smiling. No, that's called stress panting. Your dog is stressed the fuck
out. Zach, James Gunn is a director. What do you think?
There's people screaming outside my door.
Chill.
James Gunn. I'm about to go yell at some kids.
Do it on stream. Bring your computer out. Should we take a break?
No,
I think
it's
we're
okay.
almost done.
James Gunn. I've only ever seen the Guardians movies and the Suicide Squad. So.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, I enjoyed both Guardian movies, and I enjoyed the Suicide Squad to a lesser extent.
Both Guardian movies.
Yeah, I haven't seen the third one, so I've only seen the first two.
I turned it off halfway through. I really didn't like it.
I think his movies are always fun and funny, and usually the action I don't give a shit about. And that's gonna.
I'm hitting a point of I kind of get it. I feel like it's the tricks are it's the same joke over and over again. I feel like of like a little silly thing of. And I laughed a bunch of times. I can't articulate exactly what I mean, but the level of that kind of Marvel quickly deflate a situation with a gag just is getting real grating to me. I'll also say the choreographed fight sequence to a pop song, seen it, and seen it again. And then
there was a couple of those. The scene where Lex is walking into the Fortress of Solitude and what is the lady's name? She's kicking out all sorts of ass. And he's walking around like no reaction as stuff is going flying past his face. It was like, yawn. That's what I felt.
Yeah, it's just the stuff that all feels like it's supposed to be cool, and I just don't think it's that cool. Yeah. But I'd love to see. I'm all right with like a James Gunn script. I think for next time. What do you want from another one? I'm game to see another one. I think I'm excited to see elsewhere. What do you want to see in a sequel? I think I want to see.
Sorry, Brian. Hold on one second.
Yeah, you give me a thumbs up when you're ready to go. Who wants to see some stuff that I still have loaded on StreamYard? Check this out.
Mommy, Daddy!
They don't even move. They just look up. And there's, it's so good. Let's watch it again.
Mommy, Daddy!
How good is that?
What a treat. I literally just had to tell some kids to keep it down.
Man, Zach is doing his podcast.
It's Tuesday night and it's almost 10 o'clock. And these children are out in the hallway screaming and playing. Sorry.
Can't have that. All right, Zach, final thoughts. What do you want from a Superman sequel? I'd love a different director, and that's not a complete script. Fine. I'm all right with his hands in there like that. I'd like to see somebody else in there.
I want more Lois. Give me more Lois. That's what I want. I want more romance. Superman needs romance, and this movie had
Superman needs romance.
I wanted more of it, so that's what I want. I want a rom-com. Look, what I want is Spider-Man 2, but with Superman.
I always just want Spider-Man 2.
Give me Superman and Lois, Spider-Man 2.
Make Spider-Man 2. That's what I want from a Superman sequel. That I will go see. I liked the movie. What would you give it for a star rating? Out of 5.
Out of 5, 3.5.
All right. Yeah, I'm a 2.5, 3. But I lean more. Yeah. I like the movie, but I have the problems I had with it really took the air out of it for me.
I mean, the casting with particularly the leads and then the parent, it was so good that it put me over the top with it. So I was able to look past a lot of the stuff that I didn't think was so great. And the casting is the most important part.
Yeah, for sure.
these
For
things.
sure. It's
If you're building a cinematic universe,
some charisma really gets it going.
Chemistry and charisma. Turns out they're important in movies.
Who would have guessed? So that's going to wrap it up for our Superman discussion as I burp. But this was nothing. This was a technical difficulty filled stream. We're getting our bearings back as far as being live.
Brian, hold on. The chopper is coming in, and we're about to leave the island with injured Jeff Goldblum in tow.
Yep, it's coming down. Na. It's
I've decided not to endorse your podcast.
That said, thank you for watching it, and we're gonna be here doing stuff. Like I said, this is not the first episode of Big Movie Canon. This is episode -1. Big Movie Canon. I think we can talk a little bit about what it is. But Big Movie Canon is a movie show where we talk about movies. We're going to come up every week, every month or so with a marathon, a very specific theme of movies. And we're going to make our way through that list of movies week by week. But it's not a movie recap show like we've done in the past. It's not really about the movie entirely. It's more about the discussions that a movie sparks up. If that a lot of games, a lot of characters, and bits. The thing we're best at, fucking bits. It's like a podcast, but you see, the different thing is it's kind of funny.
And apparently there will be live music. Apparently, so that's
play the. People may have missed the theme song if they came in late. Could you just play it one more? I can't wait to see. I know, but could you play? I love it so much. I'm gonna play it 6 times after this. Zach is our live house band.
Okay, let me get this queued up here. Okay. Okay, Zach, come up with an ending, and then I'm hitting end stream when you finish the song. I don't know an ending.
Come up with one, bitch.
We watch movies and we talk movies and we shoot movies. No, we load movies into a really big gun and shoot it at the internet. And fuck you and listen to our podcast.
Goodbye!
Wait. Don't end it. Find me on Substack. A Heathen Reads the Bible. I have a Substack wherein I, a non-believer, am reading the Bible from beginning to end and recapping it each week with jokes and pictures. It's a Heathen Reads the Bible.substack.com. It's funny and silly, and there are pictures.
It's so good. Check it out. Hit the buttons. Hit the buttons on the Instagram that you need to, or on the YouTubes that you need to hit. I don't know YouTubes. I'm real bad at it. Hit the buttons or we'll disappear. Goodbye.